Hi, I'm with Deloitte, as she mentioned. Yeah, so we work with a number of gaming companies, digital media companies, whether it's helping them with R&D tax credits, digital media tax credits, fundraising, that sort of thing. But what I'm here today is to introduce Hugo Morin. He founded Firma in April 2003. In the years that followed, the company experienced a staggering growth rate with an 84% increase in sales each year and a rapid growth in size to over 40 employees. Having produced over 100 games in J2ME, Brew, and Flashlight, it rapidly became a key player in the mobile entertainment market. Because of Freeman's distinctive experience, it has had the opportunity to work with world-class licenses such as Star Wars, Mickey Mouse, and the Olympic Games. In 2004, Mr. Morin became a shareholder in Frima Studio, which acquired Humagade. Today, Frima has over 230 employees and is in the second largest independent studio in Quebec. Mr. Morin has over 15 years experience as a manager in the high-tech sector and is actively involved in the Quebec industry. He sits on the board of directors of the Provincial Association for IT Entrepreneurs, on the board of the National School of Interactive Entertainment, on the board of Platform Multimedia, participates in VTIC's President's Circle, and gives seminars on his business experience. In 2007-2008, he was selected by the government of Quebec to participate in a training program on IT business management given by the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston. Mr. Morin.
Hello everyone. Please bear with me, this is the first time I give this particular presentation. This is the clicker, right? Oh, it works. Good. All right. Content, well actually, yeah, let's see that we just introduced the presentation. All right, making sense of today's mobile market. As I think Matt was saying earlier, I've been in the mobile space since 2003. We've done 100 or 200 or so games. I'll talk more about it a bit later. But and I wanted to do, it's been a long time since I wanted to do a presentation that kind of put everything into perspective. For those of you who've been involved in the mobile industry, you know that it's been challenging. I wanted to use the word mess, but challenging is more diplomatic. And interesting would be a good word as well. So this is it. I hope you enjoy it. All right, content is not king. Connecting consumers actually is. That was a nice article. You can look it up by Robert Sean from the Financial Post. Actually, what he says is that consumers, or people that actually have money, are willing to pay much more for being connected than for content. And how does he justify that? Actually, if you look at the value, the capitalization of companies that have radio stations, and the companies that have that offer cellular data, the companies that have cellular data, which basically uses the same like technology, wireless technology than radio, actually are worth much more than their counterparts in radio, about 10 times as much. So it's interesting, you know, we've heard a lot of things about content, and not that it's not important. It's not, you know, it's not the what do you call the little guy that amuses the king, the not the puppet, but anyway, it's probably the queen, but compared to content, it's not king. And is this thing slowing down? Actually, you can see by looking at the numbers that the number of connections, those are GSM connections. You have like several types of connections, but basically there's GSM and CDMA, and 85% of the world is GSM based. And so it's still growing very rapidly, and in fact increasing. So we're up now to, I think it came out a few days ago or a couple of weeks ago. that we are now reached the 4 billion connections in the world on GSM. So actually, it's continuing to increase the availability of connections and the ability also to distribute content. All right, so that was a little introduction. Who is Frima? Well, it's part me. Founded in 2003. There was a bit about Humagade before, I'll mention that after. Founded in 2003 with a single mission in mind. We wanted to develop multi-platform games for the casual gamer, basically, with multiplayer components. A little quick history of the company. We're now 230 employees, more 250, changes every week. We're now closer to 250. The Humagade fits in 2008, where I founded Humagade in 2003. Humagade got acquired by Firma in 2008, and I changed my stock over to Frima. The other shareholders got bought out, so that's how I came into Frima. And, oh yeah, the little note at the bottom, interesting, and we're really proud of that. We made it to the Profit 100 list this year. Yeah, this year actually, we're the 10th fastest growing company in the last 5 years in Canada, and the first in Quebec. So that's with 4,870% growth. Private equity, 4 shareholders, no external funding, and we're making money. So that's nice. Multi-platform approach. We've developed basically, like, the biggest part, probably more than 70% of our income comes from MMOGs. We specialize in MMOGs, especially massively multiplayer online gaming for kids. So we've done a lot of that. I'll show you some more after that. 200 web flash games, 200 mobile games. The vast majority of that is from the Humagade days. We did, like Matt said earlier, we did a bunch with practically every publisher out there. DS, PSP, PC, console, broadcast animation. This is, I added this morning. It's just fun because this game came out on the PSP Mini store last week actually. So it's an IP that I've been pushing for 4 years, and we've now found a place for it, and it's pretty cool. So kind of cool chicken. The track records, as I was mentioning, we do most of what we do is MMOG for kids. We did Build-A-Bearville, which now has, did I remove it? Yeah, no, it's there, okay. It has 9.5 million avatars with an average session of 28 minutes, so that's pretty cool. We just launched PSO, Littlest Pet Shop Online, with Hasbro and EA, based on one of the world's biggest toy brands. If you have kids, daughters, they have hundreds of dollars worth of these toys. And the 2 at the bottom are our own MMOs, Galaxies and The Big Rip. Did that. All right, the good stuff. I'm going to talk a bit about hardware, and it's of course, it's all related to mobile. I'm going to talk about hardware, games, distribution, publishers, developers, so what now, and Q&A. Hardware, then, the Nokia, I'm sorry about that, all you mobile developers, for giving you shivers, but yeah, it's, this phone existed, we had to support it. It's a Series 30 phone, and there's some interesting fact about it. Now, the iPhone 3GS, screen much bigger. When you just say back to my notes, because I had some, I think, interesting notes. All right, good stuff. iPhone. Yeah, I wrote down 85,000 applications for the iPhone. It's now more than, more than 100,000. And so this morning, some pretty interesting data came out about revenues. I'm going to talk about that later on. So,